Hello, my Stampin' friends. Sorry, I am running a few minutes late today. Probably more than a few, but I'm here, so that's what matters, right? My name's Candice Anderson. I'm coming to you live from Hiram, Utah. If you haven't ever been with me today, stampinwithcandice.com is where you can find my stuff online. CandiceAnderson.stampinup.net is where you can order if you see things that you love and just have to have. Hopefully, I will inspire you. I am sharing some more products from the um, mini catalog, which is now available for purchase. Just a couple of reminders. We also have bonus days going on, which you spend $50 US. You get $5 that you can spend next month. We have another new product of the month. I shared both of those things in my last week. If you want to check that out, or more information is on my blog. But we are going to switch cameras and get started here. Before I do that, I am going to add the chat. Hopefully it will work and I can see if you do send me a message. But all right, here we go. Let's get switched here. So I am going to move this aside for just 1 second here and show you this suite. So what I am using is the Beach Boardwalk Suite, and I am going to be doing the design for the Global Design Challenge, which is a layout design. I went a little bit different with this, so I hope you like it. But I actually have had a family cruise booked for, oh, how long? Over a year and a half. And we are finally down to counting down less than 100 days. So I'm a little bit in kind of the beach mode here. So I fell in love with this suite the minute that I saw it. And I'm gonna flip it up here and show you there is a lot going on here. I'm gonna so there's a stamp set, there's dies, there's embellishments. I'll show you all of them in a minute. There's paper, but here's the really cool part. There is also, well, I'm going to show you two parts of it. Flip it here, and I will show you, I have everything, so I'll show it to you as well here. But they have a scrapbooking kit that you can get to go with it. And then they also have an additional stamp set and paper. And this one is the papers with this fun uh, sticker set, which you do get that in this as well as a little bit more. So I'm going to grab these out and show them to you really quick. So this is the paper which I am going to be using. And the paper, apparently, when you buy it in the suite, I didn't realize this. Obviously, I haven't dug into it too much. Oh, this one. So this is actually, oh, how cute is that? This is paper. So you could easily cut this out and use the individual elements, or you can use the other side or use it as a background. Anyway, super cute. But you get those same papers in the scrapbooking kit. Just gonna pull this out here really quick and show you. Obviously, I have not even gotten into it. So this is the cute layouts that it comes with, but it comes with this paper that you can buy separately. You can buy it with the stickers, so you can buy it multiple different ways. But you see how this one is white on the back? That means that this is a exclusive to this set. Same with this one and this one, and then it's got some of the two-toned cardstock in it. Looks like it's got some white, and then this is part of what I love. These ones are die cuts. Let's just pull it out so you can see. How fun is that? Yes, I am super excited to make these pages for my trip. And I might end up buying a whole another one just so I can make me a mini album beyond that. And then this one is stickers. So if you buy the one that comes with the paper and the stickers. This is the sticker sheet that you would get with it. So anyway, super, super cute. And then you can also purchase the uh, additional stamp set that goes with that. But I am going to be using the Boardwalk Fun stamp set. And you can buy this in the suite. So if you buy it in the suite, it's going to come with the dies, the stamp set, and then you're going to get, what else are you going to get? The paper and, oh, I have it right here. So you're going to get the paper and then the embellishments. So you'll get the die, stamp set, paper, and embellishments if you buy the suite. So this is what we are going to be using today. Um, and I did add in just a few little things. This is the Light and Wonder. Um, I'm pretty sure the dice that they kept, so you can still get this, but I'm just using this little strip here because I kind of felt like it was kind of an oceany feel. You'll see what I'm doing here in a minute. I did use the circle and the square. If you don't have the stylish shape stitched, it's just a necessity. You have to have this one. And I did grab in the swirled designs. I'm just using these little dots right here. You'll see in a minute what I'm doing with them, but that's what else I have added. I have lots of fun colors. I am using the strawberry slush ribbon and the strawberry slush and pretty pink gems. And I wanted to show you one other thing here before we get started. So one thing that's really cool is, and it will tell you on the back of the designer series paper, but one thing I love in the catalog itself is if you look at this where it has the boardwalk, the suite, it actually goes through and tells you what are the coordinating colors to go with this one. Um, so just so you can see, we have Strawberry Slush, Timid Tiger, Daffodil Delight, Summer Splash, Pool Party, and Petunia Pop. So sometimes it's really nice to pull the colors out and see how they go together, especially when you're designing around the colors. So you can say, oh, do I like this color combo or do I like this color combo? I watched a demonstration recently and Patty Bennett was displaying this and she had cut these in quarters or she had done like little circles so you could kind of mix and match and she keeps them with the designer paper. And I just thought that was a really great idea so you could quick and easy see what colors coordinate and if you like them together. Like if it were me, I don't know, I would make a card with those two, but that's not saying that we can't. And I am using a mix of these colors for our project today. So anyway, food for thought there. If you don't have a catalog, a physical one, and you want one, let me know. I'll be happy to get one in the mail for you. Okay, so I am going to bring this one up and show it to you here really quick. This is the layout that we are doing. So when I saw this, I automatically kind of thought slimline card. Um, ah, it didn't quite turn out how I expected, but it was kind of fun and a little bit different. So hopefully you like this. And let me switch back to here and we'll go from there. So like I said, I'm going to do a slim line and I'm going to go ahead and make it a pocket card because to me, I just feel like if I'm going to do a slim line, I'm going to make it a pocket card. I really love that you can put a full like dollar in it, or any kind of money. So I've cut my paper 8.5 by 8.5. The one nice thing about that is, oh, got some ink on there somewhere. That's okay. We're covering up most of it. Is if you remember the other day, I was kind of telling how this bends versus this way. You can see it doesn't bend quite as easy. And that has to do with how the grain is. And so by going 8.5 by 8.5, I can make sure that I'm um, scoring it on the way that it's going to bend a little bit easier. Um, but I am going to score it at 3.5, and then I'm going to flip it around and score it at 1.5. And that will give me my, I just did that correctly. Yes, it should give me my slimline card. Now, I know people do these different sizes. I like to do them at about 3.5, or you're going to go 7 if you're just cutting it straight to size. 3.5 by 8.5. It fits in a legal size envelope. So that's kind of the size that I like to do. Now I've got a few different things here. So one of the things I did, if you remember, the design had like kind of a square here, some circles, and then it kind of went out like this. And I used a piece of the designer series paper. I was going to do a little bit different, and I started playing around with it. And we're going to be using these little leaves on, not leaves, these little palm trees on here. Um, but we're going to do something kind of fun with that before we get started. So the one other color I added into it is crumb cake, and I'm going to be using pecan pie on it. And this is where I said I was using those little dots. And if you haven't figured it out, I want this to kind of look like sand. So I'm just going to add some of these little dots here. And I just tore the paper. Um, I like that it gives kind of a, the little bit of sand look. And then before we finish this off, I'm going to grab a blending, and I'm just going to kind of add a little bit of extra color onto here. And it really picks up that, what's the word I'm looking for? That torn edge by doing that. We're going to move this out of the way. Lift that up so you can kind of see it a little bit better. You can see how I've got the extra ink on that torn edge there. Kind of looks like sand, which is what I was going for. And then this is some of the designer series paper, and I've cut it 1 inch by 4.25, I think is what it is. Yeah. And then remember that piece that I said from here? I used it to cut it in half. And then I'm going to flip it this way, and I am going to grab my pool party. And I'm just going to, again, do a little bit on the edge. And that's just going to kind of make that edge a little bit darker and a little bit more definitive, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. And then these two are going to kind of lay over each other here. And then we're going to kind of put them here. So we have the water going up to the sand was my thought process. I do have one more of these. It's 8.5 by a half inch that we're going to use on the inside of our card. But before we get started, we're going to move to this piece here. So this one is 8.25 by 3.25. And I'm going to start with my lightest color. And I'm just using my blending brush. And I'm going to add some of this pool party along this edge here. And I want to get kind of some dark parts, some lighter parts. I'm okay with part of it going up higher. I'm just kind of creating a background. I didn't have something completely in mind, but kind of wanted somewhat of a sunset feel was kind of what I was going for here. So then we are going to switch to Petunia Pop. We're going to do this one in the center. And you notice I start off with my off of my mat, and that just helps me to maybe not get it quite as streaky. Sometimes it still doesn't work, but that's okay. And then we're going to switch to our last color, which is Strawberry Slush. And this one is a lot darker. So you can also pick up a little bit more ink if you have the glass mat. You can pick up some ink from there rather than having to get more ink off of there, off of your ink pad, I guess is what I'm looking for, the word I'm looking for. So we're just kind of making that blended look on there. Hopefully you can see that okay. And we're going to move these out of the way and see if I have one more little area that I can use before I clean this. So now I have the circle that I had cut out of this stitched. I think I can stick right here in the middle. We're going to use Daffodil Delight. So I'm again starting with the lightest color here. And I'm going to just do I'm doing the whole circle for this one here. And these are the colors that are in the suite. I think the only one I didn't use was actually Coastal Cabana. And then we're going to add our Timid Tiger here. And this one, I am just kind of catching the edge. I want it to kind of look like, you know, the sun. So it's brighter or more orangey on the edges and more yellow on the inside here. All right. Oh, and I just got ink all over my fingers. That's okay, because we are going to grab one of these and clean off my mat really quick. Oh, sorry. This is the other thing I love about my glass mat is I can easily just clean that off. I'll clean my fingers while I'm at it. And I'm going to take a dry one and wipe that. So now we have a nice fresh one to work with. I have discovered that if you're doing it on paper, you have to be really careful because the ink, even though you're on paper, it can still sometimes it can still get onto your other ink. I don't know. So I'm trying to decide which direction I want to go with this. I think I'm going to go like this. So I did something kind of fun, different. I don't know. I just decided to try it and I did like it. So this is the stamps that come in the ink in the stamp set. So this one pretty much matches this one. This one matches this one. This one doesn't, but that's okay because we're just going to use it. So we're going to kind of stamp off to the side on this one here. And then this one, I'm going to kind of stamp this way. And we're going to stamp this one kind of up tall. So if you remember, there were 3 circles here. And when you're using a design layout, it is there simply for inspiration. A lot of times I stick fairly close to the design layout. I challenged myself to go a little bit different this time. Okay, we're looking for glue here. So we're going to start gluing things together. And I'll kind of show you. Let's see, which one do I want to start with? I want to get ink on things here. All right. This one here. We're going to put a little bit here. All right. And then I haven't decided. On my original card, I used strawberry slush for the background, but I also had one cut in Petunia Pop, and I haven't decided whether I want to keep with this one or go with this one. So we're going to put it on the card, and then we're going to decide. But first off, I'm going to show you what I did here. So I'm going to add a little bit of, let's see, want glue on this side. And I did it kind of like a bit of a shadow. So I kind of overhung that one. You can kind of see how that purple is just kind of shadowed back behind it. I should say petunia paw. Um, and then this one. So before I put this one on though, I'm going to add this one. And again, I'm only putting it on part, and I am going to kind of cover over part of that. And we're going to go this way with it. So in my thought process was, instead of doing 3 different circles, I went with the 2 images and the circle. So it's kind of the same layout balance that the other card had. Show you really quick. So how it has the 3 different elements here, and then this will be the long part here will be the sand and the water. So hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing there. And that, like I said, I hadn't decided whether I want to put it on this one or this one. So we're going to hurry and do the inside of this card, and then we're going to go back to what we were doing. So first off, I am going to glue this one along here. Whenever I do something that has like a fold like this, so you can put something in it, I like to, got a little too much glue there. I like to put an edge, or I like to do a different color back here, something that makes it kind of obvious that this is separate and a little bit different. Um, and if you want to, you could stamp happy birthday, you could stamp whatever. There is a happy birthday. What else did it come with that I was thinking would be cute? Celebrate, enjoy the ride, happy birthday. There's lots of fun little sayings you could use from this one. Or this one has, where did it go? This one has all kinds of fun. Greetings from paradise, fun in the sun, summer getaway, lots of cute things. You could put hello in there. But anyway, lots of cute sayings that you could add into here. So this one here, make sure I go the right direction. I know that this is technically here, but I flipped it this way. I didn't like it. I liked it reversed. So we're going this way with it. But before I put it together, we're going to grab our memento and we're going to stamp. See if I can get it straight this time. Hello, or not hello. Hey, sunshine. Down in this corner here. So cute. And I did it in the black to pull out the black there. That's the other thing. You could do black back behind there. And before we finish it off, we're going to grab this little ribbon and some mini glue dots. Oh, come on. Maybe. I don't know about you guys, but we had a very unseasonably warm start to winter. Christmas was like 50 something degrees. I personally loved it. I thought it was great. My son, who snowboards, did not so much. But winter decided to finally come to Utah, and we did get some snow. And now it's about, oh, it's still kind of warm, but 30 degrees. So it's a lot chillier than it was. Okay, so now we've got kind of our basic here going across, so I can add this. Oh, before I finish that, I want to do this part. So remember, we're making this a pocket, so I like to use my tear and tape. And because this one's a little bit bigger pocket, I actually like to do 2 of them across on the sides here. Um, you can, like I said, it works really nice to put like a full dollar bill across there. Um, so it's really fun when you're doing kind of like, I love them for graduation because you can do a bill that's not folded up, um, or for a birthday. This would be great for birthday. We're just going to fold that. So now we have that folded on the inside, and we're going to attach this one to this side here. You could attach with dimensionals if you wanted to pop it off a little bit. I'm just going to glue it down. Centered on there, maybe. All right. And then we are going to put this one, make sure that I have that kind of centered where I want it. It's going to go about right here. And all right, so what do you think? Should we go with the purple or the petunia pop? Or do we like the strawberry slush with the, I think I'm going to switch it out and go with the petunia pop. My other one is strawberry slush, so you guys can vote and tell me which one you like better. All right, and this one we are going to go ahead and pop up. Put up some dimensionals here. Just throw them on the back. Maybe sticking to my fingers. That's centered there. And finishing touches, we're going to add some of these cute little strawberry. Oh, I don't want that one there. I want it up here. So we're going to add some ribbon right here. Like I said, all of these are brand new. They are available now, at least the last time I looked, they were. And they're available, I think, through April is when the catalog goes through. Who knows how long after that. I'm going to add that cute little ribbon there. And there's card 1. There's card 2. So this is with the strawberry slush. And this one is with the petunia pop. We'll lift that up so you guys can see them a little bit better. But super cute, fun, easy card. Using that, like I said, that little bit different layout. I hope you enjoyed that. Remember, I will be here next Monday, 7:30. Hopefully, I can be on time. But you can check out other videos and projects and everything that I've shared. I'm on Instagram, YouTube, uh, Facebook, Facebook group. I have my blog and Pinterest. Some of them I'm really good about putting stuff on. Others I am working on getting better. So thank you again for joining me, and I will see you guys again next week. I hope you enjoyed this and get a little bit of warm weather for yourself. Also, if you haven't watched them yet, we have a new season of Scrapped coming up. I believe uh, Rachel has hers, and I will share that in the next day or two for you. I will be at the end of the month. This month what are we doing? Oh, the same suite. I believe we're using the Love Suite, but I'm not positive. I will double check on that. But, or no, we're using this one, the Boardwalk one. I just thought about that. Yes, we're using this one. So, I will have more to share on that for sure. If I remember right, this is what we're using. So, anyway, have a fantastic day and see you next week. Thanks. Bye bye.